The Giants' 2023 schedule has been leaked, and in today's show, we're going to go game by game and let you know when these games are going to be played and who the Giants play in this upcoming season. But first, I want to hear you guys down in the comments section. Predict the Giants' record. Let me know what you think. You are watching New York Giants Now by Chat Sports. I'm your host, Marshall Green. One of my favorite days of the NFL offseason is here, and it is schedule release day. But one thing I love about this day is all of the leaks that you actually get before the official schedule comes out, which isn't until like 8 p.m. tonight. But here we are on New York Giants Now at 1 p.m. Eastern Time. We already got the schedule. That's why you subscribe. Go down, hit that big red button, and turn on your notifications. Week 1, well, it's good to be back here. The Giants are going to be hosting the Dallas Cowboys on Sunday Night Football. It's been a couple of years since the Giants met up with the Cowboys in Week 1 on Sunday Night Football. Well, we're back again. Week 1 versus the Dallas Cowboys on prime time. Then maybe a little bit of a bounce-back game if things go weird and not too well for the Giants in Week 1. You travel to Arizona, and you get to play the Arizona Cardinals. My expectation is that Kyler Murray will not be on the field in Week 2 in this ballgame. Hopefully, you could pull out a dub. Doesn't get any easier, though, for the New York Giants. You got a really tough team Week 1 on primetime. Then Week 3, you're back on the West Coast in San Francisco on primetime against the 49ers on Thursday Night Football. That's going to be a fun one, no doubt about it. It's going to be a clash of two really good head coaches. I'm excited for that one against the 49ers. Then you're back once again on primetime football. 4 primetime games for the Giants, or 3 primetime games in their first 4 games of the season. Week 4, Monday Night Football versus the Seattle Seahawks at MetLife Stadium. Going to be looking forward to that one. But look, the first 4 games of the season outside of the Cardinals game are tough. And that's why the Giants have the 3rd toughest schedule based off of win percentage from the 2022 NFL season. You got the Cowboys, Niners, and Seahawks in your first 4 games. That one's going to be tough, and everyone's going to be watching with those Sunday night, Thursday night, and Monday night games. But let's get the good vibes rolling right now. Sub for Giants dubs. If you want the Giants to win some football games next year, maybe win more than they did last year, do your part and subscribe to the channel. And tomorrow's video, we're going to be doing a game-by-game record prediction for the New York Giants. So lock us in, hit that big red button, and turn on your notifications. Week 5, another tough game. And as you notice, it is on the road against the Miami Dolphins. This one is slotted to be a 1 p.m. kickoff against the Dolphins on the road. Tua versus Daniel Jones. That one's going to be a lot of fun. Then another game against an AFC East team. And once again, on the road against the Buffalo Bills. Josh Allen against his old offensive coordinator and Brian Daboll. Get your popcorn ready. Giants, Bills, Week 6. That'll be one of the most fun games of the NFL season. Then once again, on the road for the New York Giants. This time you're traveling, and you're going to be playing the Washington Commanders. You tied with them last year, then you beat them last year to really clinch a playoff spot. They're definitely going to be looking for some revenge. Then we got a home game. Week 8, we got a home game against the New York Jets, the Battle of New York, or New Jersey if you really want to get specific with the details. That one's always going to be fun. Aaron Rodgers with the Jets against the New York Giants. Week 9. You're back on the road against the Las Vegas Raiders. Maybe a little revenge game for Darren Waller as he faces up against the team that traded him for a 3rd-round pick in the NFL draft. I think it's safe to say that Darren Waller is going to have something to prove against the Raiders. And then Week 10, I feel like a broken record. On the road again, this time against the Dallas Cowboys. That one is scheduled to be a 4 o'clock kickoff. Also, the Week 9 game against the Raiders is going to be a 4 p.m. kickoff. In the first 10 games for the New York Giants, 7 of them are on the road. Brutal schedule for the Giants to start this season. Look, if you could just go 5-5 in those first 10 games, because it gets a little bit easier as we go on here. And we start with Week 11 at home against the Washington Commanders. You get to play them in Week 11. You get to play them as well in Week 7. So only a couple of games in between those matchups. Those division rivalry games, they usually always come down to the end, and I don't expect any different for this matchup. Then Week 12, you're back at home again against the New England Patriots and Bill Belichick. There's always something special about those Giants-Patriots matchups, especially in the regular season. Shout out to Jake Ballard, still one of the best catches I've ever seen in the end zone. I'm looking forward to that one. Belichick versus Daboll in New York. That'll be fun. Then you get a bye week. You get a bye week in Week 13. Hopefully you're sitting in a good spot at that time. Get healthy at the right time. Get some people back on track and ready to finish out this season as you finish up the season with a couple of tough games as well. We've gone through 12 games so far, and I want to ask you, what game are you looking forward to the most? I could go in a couple of different directions. I think that Week 8 Jets versus Giants game is going to be a lot of fun. I think Week 1 Cowboys-Giants is going to be a lot of fun. I also think there's a game maybe on Christmas that could be a lot of fun. We'll talk about that in a second. But let me know, what game are you looking forward to the most? Giants back on primetime in Week 14 versus the Green Bay Packers. Another home game for New York. So you started out on the road 7 times in your first 10 games, but Week 11, Week 12, and Week 13 are all at home. Week 14, because Week 13 is a bye week. So you go really about a month without having to leave home. Hopefully you can rattle off a couple of wins. Primetime football against the Packers. Going to be weird to not see Aaron Rodgers under center wearing that yellow helmet. Week 15, you're going to be playing the New Orleans Saints and Derek Carr. I think the Saints are going to be a little scrappy team this year. They always battle, but that's a game you should win and probably will win once again on the road in Week 15. Then you're on the road again, which I think might be the toughest game on the schedule, is Week 16 on Christmas Day, which is a Monday this year. The NFL trying to take over Christmas Day as they have no regard for what the NBA is trying to do over there. They're just trying to take up all the primetime spots they can. Giants, Eagles, Christmas. That's going to be fun. Hopefully we could be the Grinch and steal the Christmas from all the Philadelphia Eagles out there. Week 17, you get closer and closer to the end of the season. You get an easy game, as I would say, against the Los Angeles Rams. It'll be a good coaching matchup between McVay and Brian Daboll. Going to be curious to see, will Matt Stafford still be playing in Week 17, or will they have shut him down as they may be tanking for an early draft pick? You just played him in Week 16, and you finished up the season in Week 18. I actually have a problem with this. You should never have to play a division team twice in 3 weeks, and specifically in Week 16 and Week 18. The Giants played the Eagles last year in Week 18, and here you are again facing off against them in Week 18 just after you played them on Christmas Day. We're going to quickly go through all the games one more time. You got the Cowboys, Week 1, Sunday Night Football. Week 2, you got the Arizona Cardinals. Week 3, you're once again on primetime, Thursday Night Football against the 49ers. Then you got the Seattle Seahawks Week 4 on Monday night. Then Week 5, you're at the Dolphins, a little AFC East run right here. You got the Dolphins Week 5, Bills in Week 6. You got the Commanders in Week 7, and the Jets and Aaron Rodgers in Week 8. Week 9, you got a little Darren Waller revenge game. Then you got 2 back-to-back NFC East games. Then before the bye week, you got Bill Belichick and Mac Jones in Week 12. Then you're back on primetime in Week 14 against the Green Bay Packers. Then you go down to the boot in Louisiana and play the New Orleans Saints. Then in Week 16, you're on primetime yet again on Christmas. A lot of primetime games for the Giants this year. That's what happens when you win a playoff game. You got the Eagles on Christmas, then the Rams, then you close out the season with the Eagles yet again. So now you know who the Giants play, when they play them. So I want to ask you this question again. We asked you at the top of the show. Maybe since you've seen the schedule now, your mind has changed. So let your thoughts be aired out in the comments section. What do you think the Giants' record will be this year? Let me know down in the comments section. And remember, turn your notifications on and subscribe, because in tomorrow's video on the channel, I'm going to go game by game and give you a record prediction. Don't want to toot my own horn, but I had the Giants winning 9 games in my record prediction video last year, and they did just that. So subscribe, turn your notifications on, and we'll see you then.